It happens. What else now? Let's see. Man, I want to get to something where we can actually do something. Oh, does that look familiar? Kind of? That's on page 72. Hey, this one we could do some math on. Look at that. We got, now that's interesting. I hope they didn't make this assumption. Okay? See this over here? Let me find my pen. See it right there? I'm not a big fan of making that assumption for whatever reason. You can make that assumption in this example because all of the forces are pushing straight down, aren't they?
What's the H mean?
Horizontal. They're so we've been doing AX, AY, all that, and all of a sudden it goes to H and V, horizontal and vertical. I don't know what the rationale is there, but that's what it means. Okay, so but what I would suggest is here's how we're going to do this problem when we finally get to where they start doing them. But here's the free body diagram. That's the first thing we do. So we just draw a line across there. We put our reaction at A in the X, A in the Y, B in the Y, and then BX is 0, right? Because it's a roller. We know that. But I wouldn't even just make that assumption. And then we've got all the different forces acting on it in all the different dimensions. So this problem is just screaming to be solved. So here's what we're going to do. We would do summation of the forces in the X equals, and now when we start setting these into equilibrium, we put in this. So we add one more thing into the equation now. We say sum the forces in the X equals 0. Therefore, if it equals 0, it's static, isn't it? And then we would list all the forces that are going on in the X. So we say it's a positive AX, and that's the only thing, right? And also one other thing, on 1 or 2 quizzes, it was very questionable as to what if it was an X or a Y. And moving forward, if I can't tell, then you know what that means? It's going to be none of the above. Okay, so be careful on those. And X's and Y's are kind of notorious for that, and I'm bad about that. So I try to make sure that you can tell the difference. And that little curlicue there helps me. Keep that in mind. I don't want you losing points for just that little stuff, because you can use all the points you can get. And as you can see, there were a ton of points on there, weren't there? 175 things you could do right. Okay, so in this case, we've listed everything that's going on there, haven't we? If we'd have said negative, it wouldn't make any difference. So there's my force in the X. We just proved that AX equals 0. Then I would do summation of forces in the Y equals 0. We got AY going up plus BY minus, and list them out, minus 500 pounds. Don't just add them up and list them. Show me all of them. Minus 800. Minus 1500. Oh, we got 2 unknowns. We can't solve for that, can we? Not just yet. So we'll leave that there. Then we would go in, and don't you know, I'm going to move down just a little bit. Actually, I'm going to move down a bunch so I can make sure and have enough room here. Not that much. So then what we're going to do is we're going to do summation of the moments at A. And again, that was a couple people kind of forgot to put where they were coming from. Don't forget to tell me where you're coming from. Again, I know, based on your number I know, but it's not my job to know based on that number. Because I had the key, the next guy isn't going to have the key. So they won't know. So then I'm going to go in there. Now let's see, 500, what's that trying to do? Make it go clockwise, right? So it's negative 500. I'm going to dispense the units here. You guys did anyway, didn't you? 2 feet? Some people did. Minus 2,000, right? Pounds at 5 feet, right? 2 plus 3. And I can't get out of the feet thing there. Minus 800 times 9 feet. Minus 1,500. Let's see, 9, 11. Plus BY times 12 feet. Now we can solve for B.
Just because they chose for the arrow going up.
That's correct.
Yeah.
They said BY was going up.
Yeah.
Now it's not plus because the arrow is going up. It's plus because the arrow is going up, which makes it go counterclockwise. And counterclockwise on a moment is positive, right? So the up part of it is not Y. It's because it's going counterclockwise. Okay, it's like a primary step to get to that next reasoning. Okay, so then we just do the math there, and I just like to do this. BY, or actually you could go 12 BY equals, all this goes to the other side of the equation, right? Becomes everything there's positive then. Do they solve for that one in there? Oh, there it is. Moment at A. Now they're saying if you do all the math on that, well, actually, let's do it. So we got 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000, right? Plus what's that? 9 times 7 is 72, isn't it? Is it 7,200? Huh? Oh, jeez. Thank you. 6,300. Should have punched it in, I guess. Plus 1,500 times 11. So that.
Wait a minute. 9 times 8
what?
Is 72.
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Somebody talked me out of it. Okay, so we got 2,000 plus 9 times 800 plus 1,500 times 11. Now, according to this, that comes out to about 25,700 what? Pounds feet, right? Oh, and that's the other thing. That is a dot, not a slash. Because they're multiplied, right? It's not per. Okay? And this is pounds feet too, right? This other side is pounds feet. Okay? So, and actually, let me rewrite that just in case. I like to break this down as much as I can in case you're forgetting how to do your math. This is 12 feet, right? And BY is in pounds. Jeez, that's supposed to be a B. Well, let's. Do I? What?
Oh, I was answering the question.
Is it not? Isn't it 25,700?
No, I got 34.
Huh?
It's because you did 1,000.
Oh no, I did 2,000. I did 200 times 5.
Yeah.
It should have been. That should have been times 10. So what's it come out to?
34,700.
Thank you. No, I did this 200 times 5.
Yeah, you said 1,000 plus 1,000.
34.
Yeah, 34,700.
Thank you. Okay. Stop me when you got a question like that because I don't want to screw this up. All right. So then we take what we do. If I can find my pen again. So BY stays here, right? 12 goes the other side and it's divided into that, right? But it's, so it actually, if we break this down just a little bit more, 34,700 pounds feet divided by 12 feet The feets all cancel out. BY becomes pounds. What's 34,700 divided by 12? 2891.6 pounds. Done, right? No. Up. You always got to tell me direction. You always have to have an amount, a units, and a direction as part of your answer. Okay? Always. And there again, you missed some points on this quiz because of that. That won't happen next time, right? So look back and see at how many points you could have had if you had just done that little thing. Okay? So I guess the moral of that story is there's light at the end of the tunnel. That won't happen anymore and you'll be good to go. Hundreds all the way around. Hey, that happens, and that's the easiest thing for me to grade. Hundreds. I love it. And there were some pretty good 90s too, I think, in there. So those are great. So now we know what the reaction is of B. BY. It takes 2,891.6 pounds of force to hold that beam up at that location. Well, now look, here's what we can do then. Well, if we can get to the mouse in the right spot. So we know that BY is 20, whatever, you'll have to tell me again, I forgot already. We can take this, and what was it, 29?
2891.
2891.6 pounds. So then we can solve for AY, right? Let's just leave AY where it's at. We'll take the eraser and cheat here and get rid of that. AY stays where it's at. Everything else goes to the other side. Okay, so we got 2,800 plus 1,500. What's that, about 43? 43 plus 500, 48. Oh, jeez, plus that 28. Somebody punch that in real quick. What's it come out? It better come out to something like 1908. These all get changed to positive, and this one gets changed to a negative, right? Because you're switching sides of the equation. So 1928. Uh-oh, this said 1908. Pounds. We said it was going up, right? It came out a positive value, therefore it is going up. That's what we're going to be doing. That's where we're headed. Too easy, isn't it?
So how did we come out to 1928.4?
We just, okay, I guess I did kind of blow right through that, didn't I? I was sorry about that. Here's what we did, Anthony. All right. I guess I can just give him the pen. So what it is, Anthony, we switched everything to the other side of the equation, right?
Right.
So it becomes 500 plus 2,000 plus 800 plus 1,500 minus minus BY, which was 2891.
So I messed up the sign on that.
Punch all those in, and that tells you what AY is. It comes out a positive value, 1928 pounds. It came out positive. We said it was up. That means it is up. Just like on this other one, BY we said was going up, and BY came out a positive value, so it was going up. Now the next example, we're about out of time, aren't we? Let's just stop here. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I did put an announcement out. I will not be here Friday. Okay. I don't think, did I put an announcement out? Okay, I didn't
It
put
comes out to be 1908.
1908.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 1908.
Well, I guess people better start paying attention to their calculator then. Because I didn't punch it in, so I'm not going to weigh in on it. But here's the deal. I'm not going to be here Friday, okay? But I will put something up online for you to mess with respect to this. All right? So I would like for you to work on that over the weekend. Doesn't have to be Friday, obviously. And then come back Monday prepared to ask some questions on this stuff. If there are questions, or show me your work and say, yeah, I understood all this stuff. But I think you might have learned from that first quiz, if you're not doing the homework, you're going to get left behind. Because we've got to keep moving. Okay?